Synco recently sent me out their Xtalk X5 headsets, which are a set of noise cancelling headsets to test out. I usually work in crews from 3 to 5 people, but sometimes it can get a lot bigger, so having effective means of communication is without a doubt a must. If you need to chat to the first AC for camera focus or to discuss a movement that you want to do, or it might be that you want to talk to the lighting team to get something altered, having the ability to do this without running around looking for them on set is going to save you a load of time. So in this video, I will give you my thoughts on what I think about these X5 headsets and if they are something that you should be checking out for yourselves. So this is going to be my honest thoughts and findings after using them on a few little shoots that I've been doing. So the kit consists of 5 headsets, all having the same controls and setup, and they come in a nice little case that will help protect them when storing them. A full labeling kit is also supplied, so you can number these headsets up and you can set them to various teams and groups for communication, something we'll talk about a little bit later. But the kit comes equipped with all the chargers you're going to need and the batteries to get these up and running straight away. Now the battery life on these headsets is apparently 24 hours, but I did not stay up for 24 hours to test this out for you guys. But on the shoots I did, we were on there for about 8 to 10 hours a day and they worked and stayed alive. And usually I will end up charging my kit each time I go out to shoot, so I know they're charged and ready for use. So these headsets are mainly put together using ABS plastic. They feel a little bit flimsy to hold, and although I always look after my kit really well, I'm not really sure how long they are gonna honestly last. Let's remember, these are budget headsets, and wearing these on set for 6 to 8 hours, it didn't really bother me, and I found them fairly comfortable. The foam on the earpieces is quite nice, so I'm gonna give them a plus for comfort on set. Now when it comes to features and operations of these headsets, you can operate these as one big group of 5 headsets, or you can actually custom assign these headsets to different groups. So if you want a camera team with 3 headsets and then you want to use the other 2 headsets for the lighting team, you can separate these by programming them yourselves, and this means that when you're on set you can flick between the 2 groups using the A and B switches on the side, and you don't get crosstalk between the lighting team and the camera team, say for instance. Now one thing that this means also is if you lose the master headset or the headset breaks, you can actually set any headset to become the new master. You can also increase these headsets to an 18-person team. Now, let's face it, I don't even have 18 friends, let alone a team of 18 people. But if you do, this is something that you can easily do with a firmware update and also purchasing additional headsets. One thing I liked on these headsets as well is there is a 3.5mm jack on the bottom, so you can plug your camera straight into these as well, so you don't need to switch between headsets if you need to monitor your camera audio. Now, like other headsets out there, there is a basic volume up, a volume down and a mute button. I'm pretty sure we all know how that works, but to activate the headsets you actually move the mic down to make it live, and when you flip it back up the mic is muted. This is great, especially when you aren't talking, as nobody wants to hear the heavy breathing or just random conversations you're having with someone next to you. Having that ability to flick that mic up and turn it off is really nice. Although one thing that I'm gonna say,
turn on the microphone, turn off the microphone, turn on the microphone, turn off the microphone, turn on the microphone, volume up, volume down.
It's really annoying. But one feature on these headsets is the noise cancelling feature. Now this comes in so useful, obviously in noisy environments. You just click the button on the side and it completely cancels all the ambient noise around it. So you can actually communicate really easily and actually hear what people are trying to say to you. So that's really good. So if you guys are enjoying this video and you are getting some help out of it and you want to see more content like this along the lines of filmmaking and gear reviews, then definitely hit that subscribe button, as that is essential if you want to keep up to date with what's going on. Also, follow me on Instagram. I always post BTS of shoots that I'm on and projects that I'm working on and sneak peeks of what I'm going to be doing on the YouTube channel, so make sure you follow me over there as well. Now, I'm going to talk about distance. This is where things get really interesting with these headsets. I will say that this was all real world testing. I didn't head to a large open field and walk across it for distant tests because, let's face it, this isn't where you are going to be using these headsets. Now, I tested these on some shoots I have been doing over the past couple of weeks, and it was just small crews of about 3 to 4 people, and the locations were a mix of studio setups and larger events arenas. For the studio based shoot, we were all pretty much within 15 meters of each other and didn't really have much issues in terms of communication breakdown. There were a few moments where there was dropouts when people walked between rooms, but it was nothing major. The communication was pretty clear to hear each other, and with the noise cancelling feature, they worked, and it was as well as expected, to be honest, for a headset on these price points. But I did also try these at a football event we were filming at, where we were about 30-40 meters away, so that's about 100 feet or so apart, and I will say there was lots of communication wavelengths happening around there, lots of Wi-Fi channels being used. We were constantly battling the ever annoying voice in the headset telling me that pairing had failed, pairing had failed, pairing had failed, pairing had failed, and it just went on and on. Now, this was happening even when there was like a clear line of sight about 40 meters across the pitch. It just kept dropping out, and it got to the point where we ended up just turning them off, because that voice in the headset, my God, it just gives you such a headache. Now, this is probably a challenging environment for most devices, especially when you are sharing those 2.45 gigahertz frequencies. Now, I have found out that there is a boost mode where you hold down the volume down button for 3 seconds, and this puts the headset into boost mode, which should help with these type of interferences in these kind of built up Wi-Fi areas.
Hello everybody, I thought I'd do a little test with these just in the other room as I've done the boost upgrade on these. Where I live, there's a lot of frequencies that fly around here, so basically I've put the headset in the other room, which is probably about 8 meters away from where I'm sitting, through a brick wall, and I am basically talking and recording this in the other room with the Rode mics. So hopefully we should be able to hear what is coming back through there. And so far, I think it sounds like it's actually working. So I'm going to say a few words and see if it gets there. So I'm going to do a little delay test. So I'm going to say something and see how quick it gets there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Seem pretty good, right?
Now, the Synco X5 headsets are priced competitively against other brands who have similar headsets on the market. A set of 5 headsets is just $499, and you get the carrying case, the bags, the batteries, everything to get up with a little communication package. And I think this review really reflects the price you are getting these headsets for. Like I say, these work on a 2.5 gigahertz frequency, which is what a lot of phones and devices are working on also. So if you're working in an environment with lots of Wi-Fi signals and electronic equipment and stuff like that, these might not operate as perfectly as you want. But you need to think about the cost you are paying for the headsets. When you're talking, there is sometimes a significant delay in the message getting received. And while I have to mention the ever annoying voice in the headsets, I wish you could just turn them off, or I wish it was just a little beep that when you put it down, it beeped to let you know you've done that, and when you put it up, it just beeped. That would be so much more nicer. I think the next set of headsets in this kind of range are going to be £1,000 plus for something similar, with maybe a slightly better performance. So that is quite a lot more to pay. These are going to be really good for you guys who are doing small events, maybe weddings, or people doing corporate events and small production crews, small documentary crews. If you've got multiple cameras where maybe you are not far away from each other, and just having the ability to communicate effectively without having to move around too much, these are going to work super well. But if you are needing something that's a bit more reliable, then I think you're going to be looking to another kind of brand, or maybe the next setup. But like I say, if you want to simplify your communication process at a great price, these are a lot more useful than walkie-talkies, especially with the noise cancelling feature. That is definitely a great selling point for me on these. If you are using these headsets already, I would love to know how you have been getting on with them in your working situations. It's really great if you can share your thoughts with these with each other in the comments below, but I will leave a link to these in a description below so you can go and check them out. And I'll leave a link to Synco's website also so you can check out the specs on there. But if you do head over to the link on Amazon, just be aware that that is an affiliate link, so I do get a little kickback if you do purchase these headsets from that affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps support the channel, so I appreciate that if you do. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, why not? Come on, hit that button and get subscribed. And if you want to see sneak peeks of BTS and shoots going on and gear that I'm going to be reviewing and talking about, then get on over to the Instagram. I will leave links to these as well in the comments and the description below. And just, yeah, jump down in the comments and say hi, just introduce yourself. It'd be really great to connect. I've been Ian Snape, and it's really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you on another video soon. Peace.